Hello, good afternoon, everybody. It's time for another week of Caitlin's Music City Skinny. Yes, I am wearing my orange and white. I'm feeling very Tennessee today, but I'm keeping all my fingers and toes crossed that we are going to have a football season and that the SEC isn't going to change their mind because what is fall without football? So I'm just, trying to bring all the good football vibes and support because, again, I don't understand what football is or what fall is without football. So today's topic, we are going to be diving into how to mentally prepare to buy in a competitive market, which is exactly what we are in. It almost feels like as an agent, you can hardly catch your breath because you know what your clients are looking for and things are getting snatched up fast. If the home is priced right, if it shows well, it is gone. And I mean, it is gone within a matter of like hours, essentially. Like, yes, the agent may let it sit on the market for a day or two before they call for highest and best, but we are consistently seeing multiple offers on homes. They are going quick. People are buying. Interest rates are low, which is great. But when you hear that there's a lot of activity, it's a seller's market, there are multiple offers, it can feel kind of like why bother, right? Because you may think, well, I'm not going to get the house anyway. But at the same time, I don't want that to deter you because, again, interest rates are fabulously low. And that makes a huge difference in terms of that's going to make a really huge difference in terms of your monthly payments, and you can afford more house for less money. So it's a really great time to buy. Buying in Nashville is always going to be a great bet financially. And so today's topic is about how do you buy, how do you mentally prepare going into a competitive market? So let's go ahead and jump into this. Let's get you all the things that you need to know in order to make the best decision for you. So step one is going to be hiring a buyer's agent. I know that this may seem like, oh, well, you're just saying that for people. No, this is literally exactly what you need. You're not going to go, let's use football since football's on my brain. Like if you've never played football before, you're not going to go to a coach and be like, hey, put me in, I want to play. Like you need a coach who can teach you what you need to know or can guide you so that you can ultimately be the best that you can be and succeed, right? So you want to hire a buyer's agent, and the best thing to do is to find somebody that you feel like you relate to, that you can connect with, that you can communicate with, because this is most likely your most largest asset that you're going to be purchasing, and you want to have a good relationship with your agent. I know that Zillow is the popular search engine, right? So first-time buyers, they'll be on Zillow and they're looking all over the place and they're excited. Well, there's a couple of downfalls to Zillow. And so you may say like, oh, I want to see this property. Well, it is going to automatically send you to one of 3 agents that have paid to be placed there on Zillow. And so if they're paying, you may think that means they're the best, and they certainly could be, but they're not always. So you don't always want to rely on kind of like a round robin, luck of the draw thing when it comes to Zillow. You want to find an agent that you can talk to who's knowledgeable, who can help guide you through the process. And when I say hire, I know that a lot of times that'll trigger like, okay, well, how much money does it cost me? Hiring an agent does not cost you anything. The buyer's agent is actually paid by the seller. So that's how, commissions work. So please don't think that when I say hiring an agent, all of a sudden it's like you're going to be paying the buyer's agent, because that's not true. So you in this crazy seller's market, you absolutely need somebody who's going to represent you, can give you the best advice, can give you the roadmap to success, because trying to navigate this process without someone on your side it's going to beat you up and spit you out. Even if you are a financially smart person, it is a crazy world out there right now in Nashville real estate, and you need someone who can help you navigate this in just wild market that we're in right now. So Not only is the buyer's agent going to be able to help find you properties, but again, because things are moving so quickly, you need somebody who's going to be able to get a leg up on the competition, who's going to be able to find coming soon properties, who can basically try and help make sure that you are set up best for success so that you're not trying to play catch up and or you find a home and it's already gone because things are just moving so fast, right? You also hiring that buyer's agent, they're also going to be able to help you write the best and strongest offer. I know that if you watch HGTV, it can make it seem like you can take your time, you can write an offer that's $20,000 below asking price, and it'll all just come together. And that's just in a seller's market, you can't really do that. So they're going to help guide you and help use their expertise and their knowledge to help you write the best offer so you have one of the best shots of actually getting the property that you love. So, hire a buyer's agent. Step 1. Number 2, you're going to need to get that pre-approval in place ASAP. You do not, in this market, have the luxury of going and finding a home you love and then trying to go through the pre-approval process. Like, I work with some amazing lenders and they can turn a pre-approval letter really quickly, but it's not fun when everyone is having to scramble. I've said it a million times and I'll continue to say it. I believe in setting you up best for success on the front end. That means having all your ducks in a row. So when that right property comes, you can move on it in the most succinct, efficient, strong manner possible, right? So you're going to need to get that pre-approval letter in place. And the other thing about the pre-approval process is, this is kind of one of my other points, but the pre-approval process, you're actually also going to be able to talk with the lender and figure out numbers, because with multiple offers, most times it's going above asking price. So you need to know where your top is that you're comfortable with. It may not be the top of what you're approved for. We need to know, and you need to know what the numbers are going to break down into your monthly mortgage. So you can, again, walk into a multiple offer situation being like, I know the property's offered at X, but we can go here and I'm still comfortable with it. All right. So that brings me to my next point, which is be prepared to compete with multiple offers. And I know I've said multiple offers multiple times already, but that is exactly what you need to be mentally prepared for. There are a ton of buyers out there who are trying to take advantage of these great interest rates. They want to invest in Nashville real estate. They are moving quickly. And so again, if a home is priced right and it shows well, it is marketed right, it is going. And so you need to know that because you love it, you probably got 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 other people that are also loving it as well. So you just need to know, but that shouldn't be a deterrent at all if you are teamed up with the right agent who knows how to win multiple offer situations. You don't really want to be dealing with someone who doesn't know how to navigate that process. You do want somebody who is able to win those situations. So again, you do have your best shot at winning the property. And I could go into all the different scenarios about multiple offers and what makes it strong and whatnot, but that's for another video. Which then again brings me to my next point. Because there are going to be multiple offers, you do need to be prepared to move quickly. So if you are somebody that loves to sleep on it, you love to think it over, this is probably going to be tough for you. If you are somebody who can make snap choices and good decisions, you're going to be all right. I do know that there are sweet people in my life that, they want to sleep on it. They want to mull it over. They want to look at the numbers. In this kind of market, you do need to be prepared to move quickly. You do need to be able to, that's why, I've said, okay, make sure you have a buyer's agent who knows what they're doing, who's experienced in this arena. Make sure you also have that pre-approval in place. So the more that you have all those pieces in place and you have that knowledge, it can help you make quicker decisions if quick decisions just don't come naturally to you. I was showing property just the other weekend, and I got in the very first day that it was on the market, showing my clients, and by the time the house didn't end up being a fit for them, so they didn't even want to submit an offer. But as I was like prepping to get ready, should they be ready to pull the trigger? The home already had 7 offers on it. And it was not, it was in an upper price range. So this is not just like first time home buyer homes that are going quickly. It is also higher price point homes that are going quickly. So you do, again, just need to be able to pull the trigger as soon as possible. And another thing to like really think about it is, with your numbers, how much do you love this home, so that when you're discussing offer and how much above asking you would want to go, one good question to really ask yourself is, if I lost this house, would I have been upset if I didn't go like 1 or 2 or 3,000 more? Like, again, so because you know that the market is moving quickly, because you know that it's competitive, because you know that there's a lot of multiple offer situations, that should allow you the opportunity to take the time to gather the knowledge so that you can walk into a situation feeling prepared, knowing the financial numbers you want to hit or what you don't want to exceed, so that you can make these quicker decisions. And again, that just brings me to the other thing that I just mentioned, which is to be prepared to ask more than your offer, or be prepared to offer more than the list price. There we go. Got it out. Again, this is something that I can go into detail more in a different live or a different video in terms of numbers and escalation clauses and this and that, all these things. There's a lot of elements that go into it, which is why you need a buyer's agent who can guide you through all of it, because there are so many pieces to these puzzles. But be prepared to go above list price if the property is listed correctly, because if the property is already listed too high, that's another thing. But if the property is right there, right around market value, which is something that your agent can tell you based on the comps in the area, it's going to go over. And I've seen it go $10,000-$15,000 over. And so that, again, ties right back into talking to your lender. You need to know exactly what it is, like what number you are willing to reach, because the last thing I would ever advocate is to push you to the top of your budget where you're uncomfortable. I am never going to be an advocate for you putting yourself in a financially uncomfortable position just to get a home. That is not how I operate. And that is not even the whole goal of going over list price. It is literally just to know. You need to know, okay, well, it may be listed at this, but I could be comfortable going 5 over, 7 over, and still comfortable with that monthly mortgage. Now, I know that when that breaks down over the life of a mortgage, it doesn't seem like a lot, but I do know that there are clients that I've worked with who have other financial goals in other areas of their life. And so they really want to stick to a budget, and that is perfectly okay. So just really knowing your numbers, really arming yourself with knowledge is really going to help you be mentally prepared as you walk into this. Because again, I don't want this to deter anybody from buying, because buying with these low interest rates is, a smart financial option. And so, but with that being said, because we're in a seller's market, it does present challenges. And if you're not mentally prepared to know what hurdles could be up ahead, it can be a little bit harder for you to navigate the process. And it's always my goal to make sure that the process is as smooth, efficient, and fun as possible, because it is really fun. It is really exciting. I absolutely love what I do. And so I'm always trying to help make sure that the experience is so enjoyable for you versus like it being headache after headache, heartbreak after heartbreak. And so again, like I've said before, the best way to help set yourself up best for success is making sure that you are prepped, have all your pieces in place, and ready to go when the time comes. So if you are thinking about buying, here's what you need to know. Here's a little recap. Number 1, hire a buyer's agent that can educate you and make sure that you are ready and can talk you through all the options and any other additional hurdles that you may potentially face in this kind of market. Number 2, be prepared to go ahead and get that pre-approval letter. Get it so you can submit it with your offer. You do not want to lose out on the home of your dreams because you didn't have the pre-approval letter in place and ready to go. Number 3, be prepared to compete with other offers. It is a multiple offer kind of market right now. So just know that going in, and it's going to help you because there's a lot of emotions, right, tied to the buying process. It's going to help you be able to navigate that roller coaster of emotion a little bit better if you're prepared, knowing, all right, multiple offers, it's happening. This is what we're prepared for. Number 4, be prepared to move quickly. And again, if you are somebody that loves to sleep on it, if you are somebody that really wants to take your time, it's going to be a little bit harder. So that's why I always say be educated, know all of your things up front so it can help you make that quicker decision when the time comes. And then number 5, be prepared to offer more than list price. Of course, there is never a standard number of saying we must go 5,000 over, 10,000 over. There's a lot of pieces in play. So just instead of saying, well, okay, well, it's just this, know what you're comfortable with, talk to the lender, know your absolute maximum of what you're financially comfortable with, but also know that there are so many different variables that go into creating an offer that it doesn't always have to be like an X amount over. Okay, so there we go. I know this is a little bit longer than normal, but if you are still with me, thank you for hanging in there. If you're thinking about buying, if you need recommendations for loan officers, please don't hesitate to reach out. I am always happy to help, but I hope that everyone has a fabulous Thursday, a fabulous weekend, and I will see you next week.